better known as Cold Steel. If you would stand up for me and repeat after me and bring them on the stage. Cold Steel. Cold Steel. Cold Steel. Cold Steel.
Everybody hear me? Yeah. It's all right. We're in band, so we all know how to speak loud, right? Yeah. All right. I'd like to I have a few thank you. My name is Dr. Lamont Lawmore. I'm serving Assistant Director of Bands here in North Carolina A&T, and this is the Cold Steel Drumline. I have a few thank yous you have to get out of the way first, right? I'd like to definitely thank our Chancellor, Harold Martin. I'd like to thank Melody Pierce and Mr. Mark Williams. He's there at Student Affairs. I'd like to thank this couldn't be done without our Director of Bands, Dr. Kenneth Bruck. I'd like to thank PAS and the Marching Committee for this selection. We have a few companies that we like to thank. Aaron Jackson at Zildjian, Kevin Geis at Pearl, Kyle Thomas at Dario Promart and Evans, Bruce Jacoby at Remo, and Steve Weiss. Oh my God, Steve Weiss helped us out with a lot of things going on to make sure we can make it here. So with the thank yous out of the way, we'd like to talk about why we're actually here and what we do. We are the Cold Steel Drumline in North Carolina A&T. We're a historically black college university, or HBCU, what a lot of people know as the term. But in the traditional style, most people just assume, that movie Drumline came out and there was a lot of just boom, tap, and all of that stuff. That's what HBCU drummers do. But what we do is a mix of traditional style and hybrid drumming. So in the drum community, sometimes people just say, oh, that line does just one thing, or oh, that line does one thing. But if you're a percussionist or a drummer, you should be able to go in and out of various styles, which is what we do. So what we're here to do, to bring to you, is the best of both worlds. A mix of traditional and a mix of the core style drumming. So let's start with our warm-ups. Everybody has some type of buck exercise to get your hands moving. So this is our buck exercise. We call this ACE.
Shouts out. See, at first I thought I was going to have to lose my voice tonight when I was screaming out, but I'm happy it did. All right, what you just witnessed just now was our 8th warm-up. As you can see, it has a nice legato. You know, basically we play this warm-up just like everyone else, but we have a different cause and reason. One is very loud. So when we get to places and we step out, we want to make sure whoever's in our area, they know that we in town, okay? So that's why we start so strong. But then when you really pay attention to it, you see that it takes control, because you hear first, then you gotta come down. Then you back up. So as we speed up the tempo, it's just a lot of control up in your finger work. And then later on in the exercise, I know you guys heard some different type of phrasing, like a 5/8, 7/8, 9/8 pump. Okay, that's closer towards the end. And you know, taught that to the guys because they just needed to think. You know, that's the key of playing percussion is thinking. So, just to keep that real short, we're going to move on to another warm-up. It's called double dribble. It's a double beat warm-up, or the double dribble for us who play basketball. Y'all understand it. That was a shout out to the Tap Space family, Jim Casella and Murray Gusson. My favorite artists, just to put it out there, all right? Grew up, me personally, I grew up watching Santa Clara, the 04 good years, the good years, 03, 04, 02, and it inspired me a whole lot to continue on, and I just took a lot of the process that I watched from that and taught as much as I can. Moving on to another warm-up, it's called Paddle Flam Jam, all right? It's a tongue twister. as you can see, that warm-up has different variations. All right. Once again, if you think about Flamis, then you see where this has been inspired from. Moving on. So now the next portion of the warm-ups is like a warm-up sequence. All right. These warm-ups we play, we stop, and we keep going over. We speed it up, we speed it up, we slow it down. Now the rest of the warm-up that you're about to see is just like a showcase with warm-ups. All right. It works. It's building you up. People love to watch it. They feel good about it. I feel good about it. The rest of the staff feel good about it. And then, you know, it goes into a nice cadence, and we just start to have some fun. Now, like I always tell them, I'm gonna tell you guys, have fun with us. All right, you don't have to sit here and be dead silent and sit still. You can make it. Trust me. You can make any type of noise. It ain't gonna affect them at all. All right, it will not. Mark my word, it won't. So just have fun with us. All right.
long warm-up. And that's actually something that we play every day in our warm-up. But warm-up should be something that's inclusive of what's in your material, correct? I'm always thinking that if I have something to work on, let me make it a warm-up so I can get it into rotation. So because we play various styles, we have to make sure that we can put different things in our warm-up. So what you heard in the center of that was a transition. So we can sit on the side and say, hey, if we want to switch from one style to another style, we just put out a simple phrase and they know when to switch to go from one thing. So what you heard was a gangster, we call it gangster cadence. So we can go from gangster to what we call ubercross, which means hard.
So now you've seen pretty much our warm-ups and how we chop and stuff like that. Now what I want to do is take you to when we're in actual game mode. And what we have two styles that we represent. We got one which is chop style, and then we got one which is show style. Right now, as you see, we are in a show style format. Show style is just saying we are presenting ourselves with a 12 to 2. 12 to 2 means head position is at 12 o'clock, chest position is at 2 o'clock. What that does, it turns the body around and it makes you present your left. When we go to show style, everything in show style is all about flash. And when we say show style, when we're in the football game and we're trying to get the attention from the other drum line way across the field, we want to do high visuals. So we go to a show style. We use a 5-stroke roll and we call it a concept 5. A lot of stuff we play is represented in that. Tone, give me an example of a concept 5. Pretty much. So a lot of the stuff that you're going to hear us play right now, we use that concept 5 and everything is hard. Everything is stroked. Everything is exaggerated and it's a lot of visuals. So we're going to show you something right now that we call cutthroat. So we're going to do one more visual where we kind of slow everything down. We slow it down just a little bit, and it's pretty much visuals throughout the entire drum line. This is another example of what we'll play in the stands. In this one, we pretty much present our left. And when we say present our left, a lot of the stick and a lot of the flash is on the left hand. So you'll see them come out, turn the stick, just a visual on the left. So we call this 14, but it's called presenting the left. Show style and then switch it back over to a chop style. And we'll use a lot of dynamics because now that we're face to face, we can do pretty much whatever to show you, to present all our different styles. So with this, we call this BK. And with BK, what we're doing, we're going from show style to chop style, then back to show style. So it's just presenting the different styles of the drum line.
Percussionists, we're all drummers. If we've ever been in band, you realize that the drum section is the hardest working section of the band, right? Yeah! It's by far the hardest working section. Why? Because we have to learn so much. So within our band, we have so many variances or variations of cadences. We have marching cadences, we have show style cadences, we have more choppier style cadences, we have slow tonal where we have a section of slow cadences. But in our marching cadences, what we're about to play, what we try to do is highlight the voicings within the drum line. As you can see, there's a lot of drums on stage, but there's a lot of voicings. In more traditional style drum lines, you just have high, middle, low, meaning snare, a single tenor, which is the middle drum, and then the bass drum. But then this section, we have snares, single tenors, multi-tenors, then we have a tonal section back there, which is typically highlighted with more core style bands or MEAC, Middle Eastern Athletic Conference bands. And then the lower drums. Even within the lower bass drums, we have what we call mid, which are more mid-range drums. Then we have lower bass drums, and then we have a Scotch bass drum just for resonance. That's a lot of voices, right? So within this cadence, what we call 3, this is what you're gonna hear, all the voicings within the drum line. Marching cadence is what we use the band. So this cadence that we're about to play, or one of the difficulties that I feel that everybody has with writing for show style bands is how do you make the voices happen? Especially when you have a tenor drum. Here's the secret. It's all about bass drum and tenor conversations. A lot of times people say, I don't understand what's going on. But when you think about the compositions that take place, a lot happens within the tenor drum call and answer, call and response type situations. So this cadence is called Def Jam. So pay attention to what's being said throughout the section, but you'll definitely hear tenor and bass drum call and response.
soaking it in, all right? Getting a good experience from us over here. So now we're gonna move on to some of our cadences that has both some chopping and then a lot of visual work. Now, as you can see, you can see that each section here does a lot. So it makes it hard to watch, all right? But the reason why we structured this way is because you have fans of just only cymbals, you have fans of just only snares, just only multi-tenor, just only tenor, just only bass. So no matter where someone looks, they will be entertained, all right? So with this next cadence is called Light Year, and basically they know the true tempo to it, but no one else will ever know the true tempo to it. That's why it's called Light Year. It makes you think, it has you running. So enjoy it and love it.
As you can see, we have two different stands, right? From the snares, we have two different stands that we go. So as you see, this is the show style stand, but we also have the chop style. Chop style. And we stand here because with your stands, you can tell that your body's open. You're not necessarily showing your left, but your body's open and you're more free to get out all the material, vocabulary that's needed to play all the chop style stuff. So this next cadence that we're gonna play, it's called 2.0. It's actually new to our repertoire. It was written by Keir Gardner, who actually placed second in the individual college snare competition yesterday. So very proud of him. And, this is 2.0. Contribution to the section and repertoire. This is dark stuff. this is something we do to entertain the crowd.
So as you can see, when we go to like local high schools and elementary schools where they don't fully understand drumming, we just get them some dance moves and they love it. They love it to the T. We just keep them coming. We just keep them coming. All right. So now these are things that we play in the stands of that sort. All right. So now during the game, sometimes we get a halftime performance where we get a chance to do a drum feature. All right. The drum features are completely different from everything you've seen that we just did. So it's a whole nother style to it because it consists of movements, stunts, and of course we have to play with the band, so it's a little bit more controlled playing. All right, so with that being said, you turn it.
we're running a little bit short on time. We wanted to have a mass question and answer section, but if anybody has any questions.
Yeah, come on, question.
Yes, sir, right here. What would be the best way to do simple visuals in practice? This is Elijah Coleman, our simple section.
Best way to practice would have to be mirror time, like a good full side body mirror, and just work on the checkpoints, making sure one symbol is in front of the other. Talk to me. Take mirror time to make sure you're working on your checkpoints. Make sure one symbol is in front of the other. If you want to work on your speed, just take the twirl slow and gradually over time. Just work on speeding it up to tempo or to however you want it. And make sure you're just feeling what you do. It's all about expressing yourself. That's all.
You said how many hours a week was dudes practice?
Tell the real truth or little truth? Alright, the real truth is we have a band camp first of about 3 weeks, am I not lying? And it starts very early, about 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Right? And for 3 weeks, and we take that time, we have to get the freshmen to be able to do the things that upperclassmen have been doing for 2 and 3 years. So we have long, extensive rehearsals on top of having to rehearse with the brass. You know, so we spend a lot of time with teaching these guys the material first, then we go into breaking things down on how it should be played because it's so much to learn. You know, if we took our time on everything, we would not get a chance to get through anything. So that's why we just teach it or give them the music, and then we fine tune it and show everyone how to play it, how to do this with your fingers. Oh, the stick needs to roll, snap, that's how you get it, things like that, and then you're good.
Yeah, just to even add to that, we start with a regimen. I put it like this, with all the things that we have to know, it takes us about a full semester just to learn everything. And like Dr. Lawhorn said, in our spring semester, we do a lot of travel, we do a lot of shows. By the time spring semester comes, these guys know everything, they're up to par, and we're ready to hit the road. But during the fall, we take things gradually, we write down everything that we're gonna learn, we plan out everything we're gonna learn. We say, okay, by this week we'll know this, by this week we'll know that. But like Harvey said, in that 3 weeks of band camp, we try to cover pretty much the basics, and then we plan from there.
So to give you the accurate number to answer the question, we practice from 4 to 6, hour break 7 to 9, and if we're so happy to get out at 9, then there will be sectional time up until 10 o'clock. But we do not stay till 12, 1, as assumed that a lot of other bands do. No, we do not do that. No, that's every day. Yeah, that's every day. Yeah, well, we go Monday and Tuesday is 4 to 6, 7 to 9, and then on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we go 5 to 9. Next question. Yes, sir.
It's harder to teach music or choreography?
The music, by far. Well, it depends, because we have some people who have 2 left feet, some people who mirror time. Again, we're fortunate enough to have a very good auxiliary group, and in our band facility, there's a room that's dedicated to them with 20-foot mirrors across the whole room. So whenever they're not in there, we're in there making sure everything looks well, and we try to make sure that we put people in leadership that are a good example as far as how to move and things like that. And so how do you learn? You imitate. So we try to make sure that they look at them as an example and imitate them to the best of ability. And because we have a good staff and a large staff, there's so many eyes that we can say, hey, no, that's wrong. Oh, no, that's wrong. And everybody's always looking at something different. So it helps to have a lot of eyes on you, but again, it's all about practice, imitation, and getting it together.
Oh, and just to add to that, too, also the freshmen, when they come in,
Shut up.
if they know when they come into this drumline, they pretty much know what to expect. So we do have a clinic in the springtime of the year. And on that clinic, we do cover a lot of stuff that we do, like a lot of the dance moves that you see. So we introduce it to you then. So therefore, when you come back or when you try to audition, you already know what to expect. So it doesn't take that long, but then we do get some people that just don't have any rhythm. And that takes a long time.
Probably about 2 more, yes.
How do I get you guys to come to where
I have cards. I have cards. You can contact me. No, but seriously, we do travel. We do a lot of things. We have a cold steel clinic that we have typically every February, and then we also have something to spend an entire day with not just the drumline but the entire band, and that's open to all wind instruments, percussion, and also auxiliary. So that information is readily available. Yes.
Which section would you guys say is the most contested during audition? Heat hot contested.
It would have to be snare. I can guarantee we probably audition well over 30 snare players each season for probably about 5 to 6 spots.
All right, so since we come to the conclusion of our clinic, right, there's one more cadence that we have to play. And, oh yeah, we're gonna get to the thank yous as well. But I'm gonna say it first, say thank yous, then we're just gonna drop it when it's time to drop it. All right, it's called Cold Fire. All right, I come from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised, and I was part of a program named Brooklyn Steppers. And with Brooklyn Steppers, our drumline was the Black Fire Percussion. So, if you was to look up Black Fire Percussion, you would see myself, Ralph Nader, who's over here in the corner if y'all looking for him, and some other guys, right? And then just pay attention to it. The cadence they're gonna play is a mix of some Black Fire stuff and then some new generation Harvey/Bios stuff.
All right, so again, my name is Dr. Lamont Longhorn. This is Harvey Thompson. Harvey Mason was a beastie drum player. And Ron Rogers, we'd like to definitely thank all of you for being here. Again, we'd like to thank everyone in North Carolina A&T, Dr. Ruff, for allowing us this opportunity. I would like to ask right now that everybody give a huge hand clap to these students because they've been working. Aren't they? Again, and I'd also like to thank the committee because I know for sure, I've tried to do my research on this, but Bethune-Cookman performed in 2002, and that was the first HBCU to do an exhibition. And this is my first, 10 years ago I came to my first PAS, and to know that 10 years later I'm on stage with a little artist badge, like I'm somebody, it's just breathtaking to know that the committee, that PAS is moving in the right step and would allow us as an HBCU to be on stage presenting the clinic. So I'd like to thank you, PAS, thank y'all for being here.
One more thing, this snare line is currently playing with myself and Ralph Nader's new BIOS drumstick. If you haven't gotten a chance to feel them or play with them, you can go to Steve Wise or any other music store or group online, Amazon. Get some sticks, try them, love them, live them, learn them, kiss them.